Hi, I've put together this sequence for you to help build strength in the body. Okay, so in particular the wrists, the shoulders, the arms. So yeah, we're going to get straight into it. So if you can come onto all fours on your mat. Okay, so tabletop position, pad under your knees if you need to, and fingers spread wide, shoulders above the wrists, hips above the knees. Okay, and we're going to start with a few rounds of cat and cow. Okay, so inhale, drop the belly down, arch the back, gaze up. Exhale, round in and pushing out through the shoulders as you drop the head. Inhale, lifting up through the chest, gaze up. Exhale, round in. Good, we'll do one more of those. Inhale up. Exhale, round in here. Good, come back to a long spine. We're going to extend the right leg out and take the left arm in front. Okay, so emphasis here on pushing down into that right hand, lifting up through the lower belly. Okay, gaze down to the left hand in front of you. As always, we're keeping the breath in and out of the nostrils. Good, and release. Come down, bring that hand and knee down. Then we're going to take the left leg out. Okay, flex the foot, right arm in front. Again, lifting up. We don't want to drop down in the lower belly and put extra pressure on the back, so keep that engaged and hugged up. Good, 2 more breaths. One more. Good, and release. Okay, so we're going to take the right leg out to the side. Okay, and then from here we're going to ground into the left hand and reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Okay, so a little bit of a twist here. Okay, check under your knee if you need to pad, come out, repad. Good, pressing down, so keep the fingers spread wide here as you press down into the hand, okay? Good, and release. Take that right hand down, bring the bring the right leg back in. Now we're going to do the left side, okay? So right hand grounds down, now left arm extends up, okay? Gaze towards that left hand. Good, and release, okay? Come back into tabletop position. Right, we're going to extend the legs out behind you now, so you're entering into a plank pose, okay? Keeping the fingers spread wide. Don't allow the chest and the hips to dip, okay? We want to keep the hips lifted and lift up through the chest, okay? Push out, push through the shoulders. And then we're going to take the right knee over towards the right elbow, okay? And then put it back and bring the left knee to the left elbow. And back, good. Take the left knee down. Ground into the left hand, turn that right foot slightly, so you're taking it sole down, then reach the right arm up again, okay? So supported side plank here. Good, and release. Good, take the right hand down, right knee comes down. Okay, left leg extends, left arm towards the ceiling. Good, and release, take the left knee down. Okay, we're going to come into downward facing dog. So tuck your toes, lift the knees, extend the tailbone up, and then start to pedal the heels up and down. So you can just bring a bit of a stretch through the back of the legs into the hamstrings, into the calves. Good, and from here, keep the fingers spread wide. I'm going to start to drop the forearms down towards the floor. Okay, so they're not going to go all the way, they're going to hover, and you're going to push into the hands and lift the arms back up. Okay, keep the heels anchored down towards the floor, drop in the arms, and then back up. Good, do that one more time. And back up. Good, now gaze between your hands, walk the feet forward. Okay, and turn your wrists the other direction, okay, so give them a little bit of a release there. Okay, if you need to, bend the knees as much as you need to so you can get the hands down onto the floor. Good, and then once you've had enough of a stretch out there the other way, bring a bit more length back into the legs, hands to the elbows, and relax the head for ragdoll. Yeah, now take the arms down towards the floor. Okay, we're going to keep the left hand grounded and then bring the right toes up. Okay, so you're just lifting the right heel up away from the floor. We're going to take another twist, so extending the right arm up towards the ceiling. Maybe start to wrap it around the back, okay, if that feels comfortable. Good, and release. We'll do the other side. So left knee bends and left arm extends. Maybe wrap it around. Good, and release. Okay, bring that right knee up, and then we're going to start to power up into that left leg and bring the hands to heart center. Okay, so you've got a strong left leg, and then start to extend the right leg out behind you, lifting the body into a T shape, so into your Virabhadrasana 3. Okay, strong with that standing leg. And then release that right foot all the way to the back of the mat, so you come into a high lunge. Your front knee's over the ankle, and you're lifting up in the back thigh. Okay, inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Okay, press down into that front foot, up on the toes of the back foot. Couple of breaths here. Good. Now for a couple of breaths, we're going to raise up onto the toes of that front foot. Good. Now take that foot back down. Bring both of the hands to the top of the mat, and you're going to press back into a plank. Okay, so you're along with the plank, shoulders over the wrists, lift up through the lower belly, and take a few breaths here. Yeah, take the knees down, release the toes, lower all the way down, keep the elbows hugged in, okay? So you want the elbows towards the body as you lower, and then inhale, start to lengthen the arms into cobra. Okay, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Okay, take a couple of walks up and down here with the heels. Gaze between the hands, step or walk the feet back to the top. Okay, take an inhale here, lift up through the chest, and then exhale, fold forward, release the head. Good, coming back up halfway, weight into the right foot this time, so bring that left leg out behind you. Okay, slight bend in that right knee if you need it, and then hands come to heart center, and then you're going to start to power up into Virabhadrasana 3. So the left leg starts to extend, and you're strong in this right thigh, this right ankle and foot's getting a good workout too. Good, and release that back foot down into high lunge. Okay, the front knee over the ankle, inhale up. Okay, lift up the back leg, so that left leg, and see if you can squeeze in with the glutes slightly as well. So you're even activating with the glutes, pulling the right hip back, squeezing both glutes in. Good, and then coming up onto the toes of that front foot. Good, and release. Take the hands down to the floor, back into plank. Okay, and we're going to come back into side plank. So if you want the supported version, you can drop down onto the knee. Okay, we're going to start on the left side. So if you want supported, drop the left knee down. Otherwise, you're going to start to turn onto the sides of the feet, ground into that left hand, and then reach the right arm up. Okay, option to stack the feet one on top of one another. Good, one more breath. Good, and release. Come back round into plank. Take your knees down to the floor for a rest if you need it for a second. And we're going to come onto the right side. So again, if you need supported, bring the right knee down. Otherwise we're going over onto that right hand this time, reaching up with the left arm. Again, option to stack the feet. Okay, lift up the hips away from the floor as well. Good, and release back round into plank. So knees down, keep the elbows to the ribs lower. Inhale up for cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Yeah, take the heels up and down here. Gaze between the hands. We're going to step or walk the feet to the top. Okay, and then just come into a forward fold. So if you want, you've got your option of ragdoll if you want it, or you can take first two fingers around the big toe. Okay, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Elbows out wide. Drop the crown of the head down. Good, and release. We're going to walk the feet out, mat width apart, lower down into Malasana, so come into your squat. Hands to heart center, use the elbows to help open the knees, and take a few breaths here. Okay, have a little shimmy from side to side if you want. Good, and release, come all the way down. Okay, so coming into Navasana. So I know this has been quite a lot of wrist strength and arm strength, but we always like to do a little bit of core work as well. We're doing the core with the plank. So bring the hands behind the knees, lift the legs up, okay? And then option to take the hands out next to you. Keep the chest lifted up, the shoulders drawn back. And breathe here. Good, one more breath. Good, I want you to cross over your ankles, rock up onto your hands. Okay, so it's easier if you do it quicker. And then back into plank. Okay, lower down, knees, elbows to ribs. Inhale up. Exhale, downward dog. Good, gaze between the hands and you're going to step your way back through into seated. Okay, so take a moment, turn the wrists the other way again if they're feeling a little bit achy at all, and then we're going to bring them back, grounding onto the mat. All right, lifting up through the chest. You've got a couple of options here. You can come into reverse tabletop. Okay, so feet about hip width, fingers spread wide. All right, pressing down into the hands. Okay, you start to lift the chest up, draw the shoulders back. Now you can press into the feet as well and start to lift the hips up here. Okay, so your reverse tabletop. If you want to take things a little bit deeper, extend the legs, press into the hands, lift the hips up here. So either option there. And release, come down onto the sit bones. Okay, extend the legs if they're bent. Then we'll meet in Paschimottanasana. Inhale up, exhale towards the feet. Okay, so that could be hands to your shins or use a strap. Or let's bring the hands to the outside edges of the feet this time. Okay, so lengthen in. Exhale, fold in, shoulders down from the ears. One more. Good, and release up. Good. Right, take the soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together, knees dropping out to the side. If you're at home, you need a little bit of extra help here. Bring a pillow underneath the knees maybe. That can be quite a nice restorative version. Okay, but in the, as we're doing a little bit of a power sequence, let's see if we can keep going. So bringing the heels in towards you, inhale, exhale, shoulders back, fold your way forward, okay? Option for the elbows on the calves, or draw them in towards the belly. Good, Good. Slowly inhaling, come out. Okay. Then you're going to slide the feet further forward, okay, till you've got a diamond shape. And then you're going to round yourself, okay, so you're going to round through the back this time. Drop the head down, take a hold of the toes, and release the head towards the feet. Good, and then make your way back up. Okay, draw the knees together. You're going to come down onto your back, okay, and then have a little rock from side to side with the knees. Now bring them in towards your chest, okay, have a little rock from side to side so you can really feel that lower back down into the mat. Now extend both the legs up towards the ceiling. Okay, flex the feet, so bring the toes in. You can rest your hands on your thighs here, maybe next to your body, see what feels good. And try not to bring them around the back of the legs, so we're not holding them, we're getting that strength powering up through the legs. The belly's being pulled down towards the mat. And then start to bend the knees. We're going to extend the left leg away, but hover it above the floor. Okay, so this right knee staying bent in, that left leg's extended, but just slightly above the floor. And then we'll swap. So the right leg extends, the left leg hugs in. Okay, and then just do a few more of those, maybe get a little bit quicker. Still keeping the belly anchored down. And a few more. Good. And then bring both the knees back in, little rock from side to side. Okay, so take the feet to the mat, shimmy them mat width apart, bring the knees together. Okay, take one hand onto the belly and one hand up onto the chest. Okay, close the eyes, and we're going to take a few breaths here, in through the nose, out through the mouth, and again, inhale, and now bring the lips softly together. Let your hands rest really heavy down here onto your body as that reminder to ground yourself. Okay, so with the knees bent, there's just a small gap between the lower back and the floor. And if you need to, bring a bit more release through the shoulders, relax them down. You can always adjust, maybe lift up, place back down. With one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest, notice your heart, the way your body's responding to this practice. Notice any new sensations that are now buzzing through the body. Maybe you've got quite strong sensations in the wrists, in the arms. It's a little bit of core work in that practice as well. Maybe noticing the energy there, the energy within the legs. And if you needed it today, then this is your reminder, okay? That you've got this. Okay, you've got the strength, you've got the inner strength to do this. then you can release the hand down next to the body. Bring the knees in. A little rock from side to side again. And then roll over onto your right side. Okay. Pause there and make your way up into seated, starting to open the eyes. So I hope you enjoyed that power strength practice. It's definitely a strong one for the wrists, for the arms, okay, so it's just a quick burst, something you can either add into other sequences, maybe you just want to do this one on its own, but I hope you enjoyed it. So if you did enjoy it, then please like the video, or you can subscribe to the channel to get notifications and new videos every week. So thank you very much.